Hey, what's up, you guys? Brandasauresrex here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we are going to be reviewing the S.H.MonsterArts Godzilla 2000. So before we take a good look at the figure, let's take a look at the fantastic box. So now that we have the box out of the way, let's take a look at the Godzilla himself. Since he does not come with any effect parts or accessories to be noted, he has nothing. He just has nothing. So let's just take a look at Godzilla himself and the details that are on this figure. Okay, so let's first start at the head of Godzilla. Looking at the head of Godzilla, you could see that this is very different from the movie style of Godzilla. I had to explain this to a viewer of mine, that this figure is based on a sculpting design by, oh god, don't make me say this name. I'm just gonna put it here for you guys to see, because I'm not gonna try to pronounce this and butcher it, and all of you are gonna yell at me in the comments. So I'm just not gonna do it. So here's the name. It was sculpted by him, and he sculpts a lot of the S.H.MonsterArts figures, and he decided to do this one, and they decided to base it on his original, or one of his concepts for the 2000 movie. So there we go. So his face looks really ferocious and fantastic. I absolutely love it. I think it's one of my favorite head sculpts. So moving down to the chest of Godzilla, his chest is very small. It's not very broad and wide, but he does have very large shoulders, which is really cool. And this kind of green hue going on over him. It's really, really nice. I love the job that they did with it. It's absolutely lovely. Moving down to the legs of Godzilla, he has his typical thunder thigh action going on, but these are smaller than what I'm used to for Godzilla. Usually when I think Godzilla, I think thunder thigh. I think, the big, massive, fat thigh. And, he has some massively large calves. Apparently he's been doing some calf raises. And also he has some very large feet. Now spinning the figure around, we're taking a look at the dorsal plates now. And I love this idea of the purple dorsal plates. So these are not necessarily purple. They have like a different kind of color to them, but most people refer to them as purple. But I just love the way this looks. I think it looks fantastic. I think it looks awesome. And I love that the color goes from like right at the top of the head all the way down to the last spike that you can really make out. I think it's just perfect. And now moving down to the tail, I think this tail is fantastic. This is amazing. It's just one of the best tails in the S.H.MonsterArts line. My one minor gripe with it is that it does get rather loose towards the end, and it does pop off. But, just pop it right back on. Thank for the lovely people who decided to make ball joints. Thank you to them. And you just do its thing and pop right back on, and you have a fully functional tail again. So since there's not much to talk about with this figure, besides the amazing detailing and everything. So since there isn't a lot to talk about when it comes down to this figure, since there's no accessories, and since there's nothing new with articulation, let's just do some size comparisons, because this is one of the minor gripes that I have with this figure. So I'm just going to put a size comparison chart here, so here's some MonsterArts figures in a cool thing. I don't know where I'm going with this, but here you go. Size comparisons. There you go. Okay, so now that we have the size comparisons out of the way, here's the one thing that I don't like about this figure. I believe that it's rather large to be this Godzilla. The reason why I say that is that this Godzilla is supposed to be 50 meters tall, and he's almost the same size as the high side Godzilla. I just feel like the Millennium figures are just so large comparing to the high side characters, and I feel like that just doesn't make any sense. I understand for a line you need to have coherency, and they all need to be around the same size, to sell, but I just feel like this is just way too tall comparing to the other giant monsters that are in the line. I just think he sticks out as being too large. So to wrap up this video with my final thoughts on this figure, I have to say that at some point this figure went from being my favorite to being my least favorite because of how loose the figure got and how hard it was for me to actually enjoy the figure. But now that I have it back in my collection, but having it in the original condition that it was in, I think that this is, again, my favorite figure out of the line. I still don't have the GMK Godzilla as of right now, as I'm recording this, but I am really happy about this figure. I think it came out great. So with that being said, I'm gonna go, but before I do, just make sure to check me out on social media. I have a bunch of social media. I have all of the social media. So go down into the description below and go click some links and go add me on there. And if you are not subscribed and this is the first video you are watching from me, make sure to hit that like button and also make sure to subscribe. Hit the red button and follow me with every video that I make. Believe me, it's a journey for me and for you. What bullshit am I spouting right now? So yeah, that's it for me, guys. I'll catch you guys next time with another video review. So peace out.
That's crispy.